Good evening, you're now with me, Lorenzo Isaac, for TVS Nightline. Here are the headlines for tonight. Muara Tuang Assemblyman Dato' Idris Buang is reappointed as Deputy Speaker of the Sarawak State Legislative Assembly. The Sarawak government is furthering its commitment to a knowledge-driven and innovative economy by establishing the Yang Amat Berhormat Premier Sarawak Endowed Chair. And in world news, China says it is willing to engage in talks with the US a day after President Donald Trump hinted at lowering tariffs on China. Muara Tuang Assemblyman Dato' Idris Buang was reappointed today as Deputy Speaker of the Sarawak State Legislative Assembly. The swearing-in ceremony was held before Sarawak Governor Tun Pehin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar at the main audience chamber of Astana Negeri Sarawak. After taking his oath earlier today, Idris signed the official letter of appointment as a symbolic gesture of accepting the position. Also witnessing the ceremony was Sarawak Legislative Assembly Speaker Tan Sri Dato' Amar Muhammad Asfia Awang Nasar. Idris Buang is a seasoned figure in the legal field, having earned his law degree from the University of Buckingham, United Kingdom in 1982 before being admitted to Lincoln's Inn, one of London's most prestigious legal institutions. The following year, he was admitted as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court in Sabah and Sarawak. Shortly after, he established his own law firm, Idris Buang and Associates, based in Kuching. The Sarawak government is furthering its commitment to a knowledge-driven and innovative economy by channeling 5 million ringgit to Universiti Malaya UM for the establishment of the Kursi Derma Kekal Yang Amat Berhormat Premier Sarawak, or the Yang Amat Berhormat Premier Sarawak Endowed Chair. The fund will serve as a long-term investment to advance research, academic publications and policy development in emerging economic sectors such as the green economy, hydrogen economy, health biotechnology, and AI. The initiative is also in line with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. The Memorandum of Understanding signing ceremony between the Sarawak government and UM took place at Wisma Bapa, Malaysia earlier today, witnessed by Sarawak Premier Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg. The chair's establishment is expected to significantly impact Sarawak's effort in building a progressive administration as well as crafting strategic policies to address future economic challenges. As part of the initiative, a special committee will be established to implement the annual Kuliah Yang Amat Berhormat Premier Sarawak, with the location to be announced in the near future. The Sarawak government and UM have signed a memorandum of agreement to strengthen strategic collaboration in research and development for the neo-economy, aimed at driving sustainable development. Sarawak Premier Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg said the partnership represents a crucial step forward in addressing global transformations and empowering Sarawak's future through cutting-edge technologies.
As we transition into this new era, known as the new economy, we find ourselves in a fast-driving mode, one that is rapidly changing, driven by the new technology, green energy, and new ways of doing business. For Sarawak to succeed in this new era, we must be ready to lead, not as a follower, but rather to position ourselves in a very significant step towards the new economy.
Abang Johari added that the initiative is aimed at building a competent team of researchers to shape policies and support high-impact governance.
I truly believe that this collaboration will bring significant benefits to Sarawak and more broadly to Malaysia as a whole.
The Sarawak government, through the Sarawak Entrepreneurship Development Coordination Committee (SEDCC), is stepping up efforts to boost entrepreneurship programs and better support small and medium enterprises' growth in a more integrated and effective way. Deputy Sarawak Premier Dato' Amar Awang Tengah Ali Hassan said that such coordination is vital to align the implementation of entrepreneurship programs between federal and state government agencies.
Dari segi pelaksanaan program-program, pelaksanaan pakej-pakej bantuan yang lain, dari segi modalnya, dan juga untuk pelaksanaan premis-premis perniagaan, dan bagaimana kita juga membantu dari segi meningkatkan kapasiti para pengusaha perusahaan kecil dan sederhana kita, bagaimana kita boleh berkolaborasi di antara agensi-agensi ini.
He said this in his speech after chairing the first SEDCC meeting for the year 2025 earlier today. Awang Tengah emphasized that the platform would serve as a strategic avenue for collaboration among all stakeholders to ensure that the planning and implementation of entrepreneurship programs are holistic and effective.
Sarawa Skills has officially launched its first hydrogen-related training program, the Hydrogen Fuel Cell Vehicle Awareness and Safety Training, a significant step in supporting the state government's green economy agenda. Sarawa Skills Executive Director Homan Sabri said in a press statement that the institution is currently the only training center in Sarawak offering a specialized course on hydrogen.
According to him, the initiative is bolstered through a strategic partnership with institutions in China, giving Sarawa Skills access to advanced training modules and global hydrogen technology expertise. The program focuses on standard safety technologies and practical handling of hydrogen fuel cell vehicles in line with Sarawak's transition towards cleaner and more sustainable energy sources.
The visa issuance process for Malaysian pilgrims for the 1446 Hijrah or 2025 Hajj season, managed by Lembaga Tabung Haji, has now reached 45%. Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Religious Affairs, Dato' Dr. Muhammad Naim Mokhtar, said that the visa issuance is part of the annual process undertaken by Tabung Haji to ensure the smooth preparation of this year's Hajj operation.
Tabung Haji telah bersiap sedia bagi operasi haji tahun ini, dan persediaan bagi operasi haji tahun ini hampir 100%. Pada tahun ini, Tabung Haji membawa seramai 632 petugas haji yang terdiri daripada petugas haji kebajikan, petugas perubatan dan agensi-agensi luar yang terlibat.
He spoke to reporters after conducting a visit and meet and greet session with the Hajj Visa Processing Unit on Tuesday night. In addition, Muhammad Naim expressed appreciation to the Saudi Arabian government for their efficiency in visa issuance and improvements to the Nusuk card system.
Alhamdulillah, pada tahun ini hasil daripada kepercayaan Kementerian Haji dan Umrah Arab Saudi, Malaysia telah diberi pengiktirafan untuk menjadi negara pioneer ataupun perintis.
On to world news. China today said that it was willing to engage in trade talks with Washington, a day after US President Donald Trump signaled the hefty tariffs he imposed on the country would come down after the sides reach a deal. Since Trump began a second term in January, he has unleashed a tit-for-tat trade battle with Beijing that has seen US levies on many Chinese goods reach 145%. The fierce trade war between the world's top two economies has rattled markets and raised fears of a global recession. Trump acknowledged on Tuesday that the level of US tariffs on China was currently very high, saying that they would come down substantially after a deal is struck. Asked about the remarks, Beijing said that tariff and trade wars have no winners, previously repeated comments.
对于美国发动的关税战，中方的态度很明确，我们不愿打，也不怕打，打奉陪到底，谈大门敞开。如果美方真的想通过对话谈判解决问题，就应该停止威胁讹诈，在平等、尊重、互惠的基础上同中方对话。一边说要同中方达成协议，一边不断搞极限施压，这不是同中方打交道的正确方式，也是行不通的。
Meanwhile, China today also announced that a veteran astronaut will lead two crew members on their first flight to the Tiangong space station, the latest milestone in the country's race to send a manned mission to the moon by 2030. The Shenzhou 20 mission is scheduled to blast off at 5:17 p.m. local time tomorrow from the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center in northwest China, Li Xiqiang. The helm will be Chen Dong, a 46-year-old former fighter pilot and experienced space explorer who in 2022 became the first Chinese astronaut to spend more than 200 cumulative days in orbit. Joining Chen will be two other male astronauts, Chen Zhongrui, a 40-year-old former Air Force pilot, and Wang Jie, a 35-year-old former space technology engineer. Speaking about Thursday's Shenzhou mission, which will be his third, Chen said he was still very excited.
还有就是要注重传承，让两位新人能够通过任务尽快成长，也要专注于在狭小密闭的工作环境中提升团队的凝聚力和战斗力。我会集中精力，全力以赴，带领乘组以更加精深的专业素养完成全部既定任务。都说一回生，二回熟。 我这是第3次了，我们会带着祖国和人民的祝福，带着坚决完成任务的决心，带着对再次进入太空的渴望，带着队友和地面团队的支持。
The astronauts currently aboard the Tiangong space station are scheduled to return to Earth on April 29 after completing handover procedures with the incoming crew. China's space program, deterred to put humans in orbit, has also landed robotic rovers on Mars and the Moon. The Tiangong space station, crewed by teams of 3 astronauts that are exchanged every 6 months, is the crown jewel of the country's space project. Those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Lorenzo Isaac. Thank you for watching and have a good night.